Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 359 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. Today, I'm doing something intentionally. Yesterday, I realized that I talked about both the current and the desired story that we're telling ourselves about the area or aspect of our life and our businesses and whatever you selected to improve by applying our IDEANCE process to. I is for is, which is what is our current state. D is for desired, which is what is our desired story? What do we want this area to look like? And I actually covered both yesterday, which is awesome because I lost a day along this craziness of this month. And so we're going to jump ahead to step 3 today. We're going to talk about E for exploring options as part of the IDEANCE process. And of course, we're going to brainstorm as many ways as we possibly can to get from where we are to where we want to be, our current to our desired state. I say, and I call it often, the current to desired state. And I've got a bunch of tools that I've shared this year with respect to that. Something as simple as making a bullet pointed list or whatever works for you. I usually write a paragraph about, hey, what's going on with, and for me, it's branding and how I show up in the world. And obviously, I'm feeling nostalgic because here I am, day 2 in a row in my pajamas again. From about 2018 to 2020, actually, it was only a couple of years. I was the pajama grandma, and I tried to let go of that persona and branding, but it wasn't really appropriate for 2020 to do that because there were so many people actually dying of COVID or the flu or whatever it was, and the pandemic. Politically incorrect. So I didn't really do that. I just kind of let it fizzle by. My podcast is still the Pajama Grandma podcast, so that definitely needs to change. And I mentioned yesterday that I did this audit, a great tool, by the way, to look at all the different areas and aspects. Mostly it's geared toward business, but it didn't start out that way. It started out as a program to analyze and figure out the 100 most important things to do to make sure that your life works in the different areas and aspects, which is kind of what I talk about every day, right? So yesterday, we identified where we are right now to whatever topic you selected. I selected branding. So I said, okay, what is my situation right now? And I would say it is horrid, infinitely chaotic, and all over the place. So what does that attract to me? Infinitely chaotic people, which is the exact opposite of what I want to do. I want people to be calmer and more productive and create the life that they want, not be living in challenges and drama and chaos all the time. So how do I go from there to what I actually want? And so yesterday we did, where am I? What do I want? And that creates this big gap in between, right? And the first step of filling that is the rest of the process, starting with brainstorming possible ways to do that. So today we're going to use, of course, the 10-3-1 tool, my favorite brainstorming tool, because it leads us to the next step of the process and it keeps us moving forward. So we are going to sit down and come up with at least 10. I say don't go to bed at night if you can't come up or can't see at least 10 different possible ways to go from where you are to where you want to be. And you don't have to go all the way to where you want to be. It's where am I right now and what is the next improvement or the next thing. You can just brainstorm 10 of the next things that you could possibly do. That's probably a more productive use of our time. So let's do that today. We're going to brainstorm at least 10 and we're going to write them down. Possible ways to go from here to the next step toward what it is that we want. Because if you're like me, you set big, hairy, audacious goals, not just, oh, I want to keep doing the same thing and increase by 2 to 5% or 2 to 10% next year. No. So, options, explore, come up with, brainstorm, write them down, and then tomorrow we're going to analyze 3 of those. We're going to take action on one thing tomorrow. Unless you want to jump ahead and start today and take action on something, you're always welcome to do that. Any questions about this? Just ask. Otherwise, go out, make it an amazing day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.